Hey guys, and welcome back. Obviously, this is Ellington, and I just want to take a moment and let you guys know, give you an announcement that I've had this for a little while, but I am now fully announcing it to everyone. I am announcing my new merchandise on the website of Teespring, which is Teespring. It is a website that you go through that to like design clothing and things like that. And I just want to let you guys know that I do have some items for sale on there. Like, first off, this hoodie, or this t-shirt, and then we even have phone cases. So don't forget to run over there. I'll leave a link right here, and make sure you take a look at those items, and if you like them, I'd love to see you guys repping the Dragon Core merch and the Ellington merch. Thank you guys so much, and enjoy the video. And with that amazing artillery shot, hello, welcome back. Once again, Ellington here, and we are back with an awesome battle replay today. As you can see, this one is already semi-underway. We kind of cut out some of the kind of long, drawn-out siege equipment pushing part of it, and pretty much straight to the point of when that Bactrian artillery got a shot all the way from over there and took out this ballista. I'm not even sure if they were trying to, but they did. So anyways, here we are. We have got ourselves a 3 versus 3, and this is on the settlement of Eildon, or Eildon, I don't know how you say it. But this one was sent in by Tidyrond, who is commanding the attacking army of Galatia. And we have also got Colchis here being commanded by WF 58507. And finally, Bactria being commanded by Posgwin. Now for the defenders, we have got Carthage being commanded by the one and only Gorm Mjolnir. If you guys have not checked out Gorm, he is one of the backseat generals as well as myself and Joe on it. And he has got his own channel, so make sure to run over there and take a look at his channel. It is linked in the description. We've also got Masacely being commanded by Billy Blazes. And finally for the defenders, Swaby being commanded by Axe Minister. I think this might have been another like semi-tourney practice game for the campus marches. We've already done like one of their practice games, but I think this is another one. You see Colchis over here moving his archers up. He's got his cav general over here ready to defend from any sort of sally out from the gate. Now, the Galatian swords that are getting on this wall, as you can see, are just getting annihilated by Javies. Numidian light infantry, already 61 kills, 34 kills. You got a mercenary Gallic warrior here with 41 kills. Artillery coming in, though. That is one downside to this settlement, is it is very, very well exposed to attacking artillery. Especially look at all this. This is prime targets for the Bactrian and the Galatian artilleries. 4 kills and 53 kills already on Bactria. Gonna be a pretty tough settlement for the attackers, especially this area here. as any attacker gets onto this area, they can be choked off right there. But not only that, anything from over here can get really good shots on them. Then as they tend to approach this way here, they are once again kind of choked off, and it's just fight, you know, at that point just grinding their way through. But the Galatian units seem to be making their ways onto the settlement relatively well. Nothing quite yet hitting this wall over here. I'm not sure. Maybe they're thinking of maybe not even going out against or going against Carthage at all. They could be thinking that they're going to keep their main push over to this area. I'm not sure. I will say that Colchis and Bactria can be a little bit of a tough combo for the attackers. They both lack a little bit in the high-end stuff. So they're really going to be relying on Galatia here to get them into the settlement. But interestingly, the defenders seem to be already giving up the walls, and I'm very surprised by that. These walls on this settlement are very, very powerful. I mean, it could be that they're really worried about the artillery back there, possibly. Artillery coming in over here, I think, trying to see if there's anything there, maybe. But I mean, Galatia's pretty much gonna, Galatia and Colchis getting a free trip onto the walls here. Mesacely and Carthage setting up back there, or I mean, Mesacely and Swaby setting up over here, then Carthage setting up, you know, back off of the walls as well. Interesting. I figured that they would have taken the fight directly to them right there at the walls. See that rebound into the Iberian sword there? Got some African pikes, Desert Legionaries, Numidian Light Infantry and Desert Legionaries, some Bloodsworn from Swaby. Bloodsworn, the Swaby army, their name of the game for them is going to be charge, charge, charge. They're not a standstill faction. Swaby's general is a swordmaster. They got a Bloodsworn back here. And then some wolf warriors on the far left. Ooh, already right through the pikes. Pikes have already lost almost 20 men there. 19 so far. Wait, hold on. Just changed. 22 now. Galatian swords. Got a bunch of hillmen and axemen. Cartly axemen. And then a large force of axe units on the outside for Colchis. But it looks like Galatia's going to take his Galatian swords over here and probably just kind of ensure that Bactria has a way onto these walls. They said, I'm actually really surprised by this. I also think that I wonder if the attackers are afraid that the defenders are going to pull out of range of their artillery too soon before they can use it all. Because the attackers are definitely using their already quite a bit right now. Gallic warriors, Samnite warriors. Not sure exactly what the Galatian swords are doing. They may be coming to this, but if they do that, the Samnite warriors are definitely going to finish them. Oh man, this back line is just getting pummeled by artillery. Pikes already down to 117. Numidian light infantry all dinged up. Got some desert cohorts back further. I just want to, oh, God. 2! Right through the pike line. God, man. Yeah, exactly. The Samnite warriors just charging forward and taking on the Galatian swords and getting rid of them. Trying to get a good screenshot there. Galatia's still working on it. Looks like he's got most of his army on. We do have Bactria moving forward with his stuff now. I'm almost curious if Carthage is thinking about charging forward and shutting them down on the walls. Probably not a good idea since Galatia already has Galatian legionaries ready to roll. It means he'll be able to engage quickly if need be. God, man, they are just getting annihilated. Not annihilated, but just really, really painful. 112, 185. Those the only two? I think those are the only two artilleries. I think what's happening, I think that Galatia and Colchis are really just waiting to get the majority of their units onto the walls so that they can have a much more cohesive push. You got some Bactrian Hillmen from Bactria, obviously, coming up. And then some Galatian Legionaries look like they're come assist here. Big force here from Carthage. A lot of Iberian swords and Gallic warriors. Samnite warriors holding further to the left or to the right from the attacker's view. But here comes the rest of Bactria's stuff. Bactrian Hillmen, thorax swords. Well done by all three attacking armies. As their siege equipment hits, their armies are up in this area. It's the way you need to do it. You shouldn't have your stuff hit and your army still be back here. It's not going to do anything. You're not going to make it very far. Looks like the Bactrian Hillmen are going to go forward and take the brunt of things. Then the Galatian Legionaries are probably going to follow it up. Once again, this looks like Galatia is going to be the backbone of the attack here, while Colchis and Bactria probably help provide more in the way of fodder and things like that. Some naked swords back here from Galatia as well. Mercenary Syrian archers. More Galatian swords getting on the walls now. You know, one thing I wish Rome had was click to climb siege towers. You know, you click on the siege tower and the unit climbs it. You know, sometimes getting units to climb the towers is just a nightmare. Half the time they're like, wait, you want me to do what? No, I don't want to do that. All right, so the Bactrian Hillmen are going to break. Galatian Legionaries are ready to probably throw javies first. You got thorax swords from Bactria up now. And interestingly, a Gallic warrior that's still like sitting on the walls looking out off into the distance here. Not 100% sure what they're doing, but they're doing it. They are doing it, yeah! Still kind of waiting here. They are definitely taking their time. They could be waiting for Bactria to like kind of fully be in sway of its attack, so that Bactria is not kind of left, you know, in the background or anything. That could be what the wait is here on the other side. And here is the javies from all of the Carthaginian units, but also the archers from Bactria. Did you see that command order right into, oh, the Gallic warriors? Oh no! They're already like, only 45 armor, but also getting shot in the back. Oh man, Carthage, that hurts. More Bactrian Hillmen getting on. The Syrian archers look like they are now getting up. They should be careful, though, because if Carthage notices, he may be able to catch them in mid-climb and actually, like, take out some of the Bactrian or the Galatian archers with his own archers. So, you know, Galatia might want to be a little careful with that. Honestly, I'm really wondering if the actual strategy of the attackers here is to push fully in this direction, thus trying to kick Carthage out of this corner, and then pushing this way. I don't know. It's hard to say just because, like, you know, it's really early on, but they are not putting any pressure in this direction. So the thing is that on this settlement, the point is here. So the 3 ways up are this spot, or 2 ways up are this spot and this spot. So there's a couple different ways you can get there from where they are. They can go this direction, or they can come this direction, like that. So it kind of depends on which way they want to go. It typically is this strategy to push onto this wall and make their way over here and like this, and then possibly send stuff around the back like that. But it could be interesting to see the attackers maybe take a different strategy of taking this entire corner, maybe trying to cut off as much of Carthage as they can, and then push off towards the back and possibly towards the front like that. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Carthage is taking his pikes around to his own side here. Bactria already taken some losses in his Bactria and Hillman. But I mean, like, the rest of his army, like, well, I mean, where is the rest of ours? Thorax Sword, Thorax Sword. 2 Thorax Swords here. Okay, I mean, like, this seemed like his army's relatively small or something. Galatian Legionaries waiting to go in. Galatian Swords using their jabbies up against some Desert Legionaries. Then you have a Galatian Sword engaging some Iberian Swords over here. Look at this Galatian Legionary. 165 kills. 98 on this one here. Desert Legionaries getting some really nice jabbies. Got the Cretan archers here. Looks like they're shooting off over at the Legionaries. No, the backs of the Galatian Swords. Nice shot. Then over this way, you've got Bactria with his Hillman hitting up against Gallic warriors. And then an Iberian swordsman sneaking around behind it. That you saw an attack command there by the Syrian archers. This, yeah, that's painful. 15 armor. They really wouldn't like that. Cretans shooting over at the Thorax Swords, I believe it is. And then maybe, I think the Slingers are shooting over there as well. But he needs to be careful because Galatia's Syrian archers might be able to catch him where he's at there. So he needs to be careful of that. Don't want to lose those tribal slingers just yet. Galatia waiting, I think because the Carthage and Misacely have a pretty good little box here. If either unit goes either way, they kind of get exposed to different angles from either side. Hope Carthage is careful, though. He has his general here, and you definitely don't want to get stuck there with your gen. Samnite warriors now engaging. Well, they were engaging the legionaries. But maybe they ran because of the Syrian archers. Syrians already getting a pretty good kills here. 78, 63, and 94. The Syrians for Galatia just starting. Though this one does have 107 kills, so that one's been shooting for a little bit now. But I think they are, yep, they're shooting over at the Cretans to try and get rid of them. Still just waiting on this side, not yet advancing here. Still seems like the primary push is going to be here to, like I said, most likely try and eliminate Carthage's, army here. If they can eliminate Carthage, that means that it can't, basically eliminates units that can fall back to the point to defend it. And Scutari now getting shot up by the Syrians, 115 kills. Then I think Bactria is going to begin moving up his more Thorax onto the walls now. We do have some units here, one unit from Colchis and a couple units from Bactria that are basically protecting this flank. And then now it looks like Carthage and Misacely are kind of falling back to different places like that. I'm almost wondering if Carthage is just going to defend this hill and basically just be a thorn in the side of the attackers here. Galatian Legionaries should have tried to catch those Samnite warriors while they were out. A little late, I think. He did get a nice jabby volley into their back, though. Galatia still has his naked swords outside. But you can see more and more units from Colchis moving up onto the settlement here. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if here soon they begin their push here once they've got more units onto the settlement and can kind of support it better. You know, this could be interesting. Galatia pushing this hill could take quite a bit of losses here. So I'm intrigued to see how this is going to go. I'm almost curious as to if it, in some ways, may be better to just go around it. Like, you know, if they want to sit on the hill, then just walk around. But we'll see what ends up happening. Once again, I think it's a little too early on to really tell exactly what the plan is here. It is slowing down a little bit in the game. You know, the Galatian Legionaries here, 107 kills, going up against some Samnite Wars at 150 kills. Do have some Bactrian Hillmen here behind. I almost wonder if they can get on the wall to wrap around. I know this area here is a little goofy, so he may not be able to. Got another Galatian Legionary moving forward. Looks like we have an engagement coming here into the Sicily. Maybe a thorax sword to set off and protect the flank here while this attack goes on. Probably going to use his javelins here. Although he may not have... Okay, this one does. I was going to say, he may not have any. 151 kills, 167 kills, and 99 kills. And a possible push by Colchis. Some Hillmen taking the place, and Galatia going fully over here. Now that Colchis has most of his army up, Galatia's just going to take his army and fully support this flank here. Probably use Bactria to try and eliminate the hill while Galatia continues to hold this back. It looks like we had a battle rhythm thrown onto this Galatian Legionary. A Samnite Warrior is getting really good kills, 179 kills. Thorax Sword, this is not good though for Bactria. Gonna get flanked here. Mercenary Scutari getting in behind the Thorax Swords. I was hoping for like a... Oh, there it is. Oh, I was literally going to say, I was hoping for like a Javitas or something, and it happened. It definitely happened. Just a stare down, man. But that Thorax Sword just got annihilated by Mercenary Scutari and Cimbri Bowwomen from Swaby. That was not fun to watch. Except for that Javi volley, that was kind of fun to watch. But it just, ooh, man, that's painful. It looks like there's a little bit of switch out here by the Bactrian Hillman and the Galatian Legionary. But the Galatian Legionary is going to go back into this combat. And we'll see if it can end up taking the advantage there, but I'm not sure that it will. I'm really not 100% sure why Bactria has not been putting more units onto these walls. Still have a couple units here that they could probably start moving over to the settlement to get them onto the wall now. Say Galatia's Ballista ended at 112. By the way, guys, another thing I forgot to say, like, the video from a few days ago blowing up to 3,000 views within the first, like, day and a half. Holy crap, guys. I don't even know, like, where the hell that came from, but that is amazing. Like, that is my best performing video besides the Total Cheaters video from back in April, which was 25,000 views. But this one from a few days ago, the Pikes should not get this many kills. 3,000 views? That is my best performing video besides that one, besides the Total Cheaters video, already in a day and a half. Like, that is just, like, guys, I can't even say. That is fantastic. That is phenomenal. And now that I've used the little slump in the game right there to say that, back to the action, while Galatia here has finally charged in against Massasoleil. So we've got the 3 Galatian Legionaries versus 2 Desert Legionaries and a Mercenary Scutari. And then over this way, it looks like Colchis just bit by bit is inching his forces forward. Probably just freeing up some room to pull up more of his troops here. And Bactria's still just kind of waiting, I guess. I'm not 100% sure why, because something's going to need to go to this eventually. And I don't think it should be Galatia. I think Galatia should concentrate his attack here, while, if anything, they use Bactria to finish this off. Although I stand by my belief that they should just walk around it. Just a thought. You can see the Galatian Legionaries doing pretty well here. 176 kills and 122 kills. The 3rd Legionary that was there is now gone. Had a Hillman unit that went forward to engage, but it lost a lot. I mean, oh, that Javi toss. Very nice. Very nice. And then the Hillman unit charging in. Honestly, the most kills that Hillman unit's probably going to get was the Javies that it just threw. Got some Scutari here. Oh, but here's the issue for the attackers, the African pikes. So what they're probably going to need to do is get these guys shooting at those pretty darn quick. Good call here. Galatia getting off of the pike there, which should open up for his archers to begin firing on it. And I think we had a cycle charge here. Had the other Hillman unit went in while the one that was engaged fell back. And then I think they're going to do it again. Maybe. This is a very anticlimactic charge. Got a couple kills on it, though. And then you've got the Carly Axemen moving over this way. But I think they might have switched that out a little too early. I'd like the call here, having the Cartleys, having Colchis deal with this, because the AP for the Axemen should assist in getting through these Desert Legionaries. Then looks like getting some nice Javi throws from the Cartleys on this side. But the Hillmen are breaking. 30 kills and 29 kills. Okay, the pikes are falling back. They did end up losing about 15 men, probably from the archers. Could also be from maybe javelins. Got a depleted Galatian Legionary with only 49 men left that is fighting one of these Desert Legionaries. But a Thorax Sword throwing javelins into the other Desert Legionary unit. And then another Galatian unit advancing up this hill to once again try and destroy the units of Carthage that are left here. Valeric Slingers with 209 kills. Very nicely done. We do have cavalry out here for Swaby. Looks like they just got out. I'm assuming they worked their way around from the gate. I think they were trying to get to the Bactrian archers, but they're already pretty much on the walls, so like there's nothing really to get. You can see they do have no kills, but have lost 3 men, probably from, yeah, that little charge right there. Bactrian Royal Cavalry would have dealt with them pretty easily as well. Syrians with 174. The one thing that I'm a little concerned about for the attackers here is ammo. I'm almost a little concerned they might be running a little low. Thorax Swords did finally engage against the Desert Legionaries. But looky here, Pike's coming back up. Colchis continuing to cycle charge his units into the Numidian Light Infantry and, yeah, I guess it's just 2 of them. The Numidian Light Infantry for Massasoleil here. He is doing solid enough damage. 37, 38 kills is nothing to be ashamed of for a Hillman unit. Cartley Axeman now at 39, 40 kills. And then another unit going in here. 76 kills on that one, so doing even better. Got a Cretan moving forward from Carthage. Probably going to shoot into one of these here. Looks like he's shooting right into the thorax swords. But look, the Syrians. But the Syrians are not. What are they? Oh, they're shooting at the pikes. Okay. Good call here. The thorax sword getting out of there, and the pike actually over pursued it. And the pike now shattered from archer fire. Now, they did send in, looks like 2 Desert Legionaries to kind of beef up this line here that should assist in kind of holding these Cartley Axemen at bay. But over here, the Desert Legionaries are very, very depleted. The Axeman unit here seems to be doing well. I think they've switched out. Yeah, I think this one was over here, but they switched out for a fresh one, which is probably going to deal with that Desert Legionary. Swaby's got his Kimbri women up here shooting into the sides and the back of the Cartley Axemen. But look at this, the defenders falling back, and now the attackers having to go two-pronged. Thorax sword going this direction while a Galatian sword comes this way. They should probably try and get some more units up here pretty quick because these units are about to be in some trouble. That Galatian sword was not able to hold its ground, doesn't look like, so they need to get another unit to pin down this Bloodsworn. Carthaginian, some of the Carthaginian units getting back. And I think the top hill, I believe, is now finished. So it looks like the attackers should be able to fully concentrate their forces into the actual assault of the point. Lord Bloodsworn, what the hell happened to them, man? We do have some combat over this way. Swordmasters, that could be an issue for Colchis. He doesn't have anything to deal with something like a Swordmaster. Maybe if he had some Colchian nobles or something, but he doesn't. So we've got a Club Levy and a Swordmaster here. And this Axe unit is probably not going to do very well against them. I do like Colchis. It is a fun faction to play. A little bit different. Cartley Axeman, 106 kills. That's pretty well done. Not a bad unit, Cartley Axeman. I'm a little concerned about this push over here, though. Colchis seems to be the one with the main forces left. Both Bactria and Galatia are looking pretty depleted, but it looks like they've done a pretty good number on Carthage and Macesali. So I think the healthiest defender is probably going to be Swaby. And these Germanic slingers, and did he take another? Oh no, it's just a tribal slinger here from Macesali. But they are doing really well. Now these units here are kind of in a shitty spot. They really don't have anywhere to go. They can't go this way and they can't go this way. So the couple units the defenders have there are pretty much screwed. Just to be perfectly honest with you. Swordmaster's 169 kills now. 46 on the Axeman. Actually had some stuff come out from Macesali. Comedian Light Infantry, and I wonder if this other unit was in here too. Or out here as well. So Colchis kind of has to continue defending this while he, pushes these other directions. But if Colchis can make his way through here, then he can also assist in finishing off these, like this desert cohort. Now looking at it, looks like the defenders are actually deciding to fall back even further. There's nothing else in this spot. Now, the Swaby does still have his archers up on the hill. Now, from that hill, they can usually get some pretty good volleys into this area here. think you can even get into this. Sometimes this area can be a little wonky, though. I know sometimes they just are dumb and don't want to work. Now, the Eastern Archers should be able to take on the Kimbrees well enough. And now Galatia engaging the Desert Cohort, including actually being able to get around behind it. So the Desert Cohort is actually flanked by a two Desert Legionaries. A fresh one with 130 kills and a depleted one with 56 kills. Over here, I think that, honestly, I think Colchis is going to assist in dealing with this, but then I think he might wait a little bit before he pushes this. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Now, Swaby actually brought his Swordmaster General and is engaging it with Colchis, the Colchian Axeman, while the Swordmaster that was engaged is actually onto this wall now. I'm not sure, maybe trying to get javies against the General, or I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he put it there because he was eventually going to move it down the wall, but forgot. I don't know. Crazier things have happened. 183 kills, though. 75 on the General. You can see Colchis getting his Cartly Axeman around the Desert Cohort, which does have 130 kills now. But look at the Archers. Kimbrey Bowenman right into the back of the Cartly Axeman. 94 kills on the Cartlys. And here we go. The push towards the back. They'll probably come back here and take the gate. Allow their generals to get in. And the Thorax are probably going to need to go into combat against the Bloodsworn. Ooh. Nice javelin toss from the Bloodsworn. And then they should get a pretty good charge here. It's not bad. 36 kills now. I think they're at 21 when they went in, if I remember right. Actually, it looks like Colchis is going to advance. Maybe he's hoping he can get through Masacely and then get around to cut off the Swaby General. That could be really big for the morale of the defenders. Bounce power looks like it is pretty much dead even right now. Could slightly be in the defenders' favor. They're actually pulling back the other Swordmaster unit and leaving the General in combat. 122 kills. Looks like a Cartly Axeman got out of that combat. A fresher Cartly Axeman now engaging the Swordmaster General. Got depleted Club Levy, Kimbrey Bowenman. Looks like that Rider of the Hunt that was outside came back into the settlement. Now Wolf Warriors going in, but it does not look like they pulled out their Bloodsworn, so the Wolf Warriors are not going to get the greatest charge. Now the Bloodsworn do 72 kills, 140 on the Thorax, and now the Bactrian Royal Guard going to pretty much stop the Bloodsworn in their tracks. And then you can see some of Galatia's units moving up over the cliffside, including his 2 Naked Swords. They have now captured the gate, which will allow their 3 Cav Gens. But look at this. Masacely with armored Numidian Riders outside. 63 kills. Hillman taking him on. There's also a Night Hunter out here. Sneaky, sneaky. But I'm not really sure what they're going to get, though, to be honest with you. Maybe they're going to try and get a gen, but I mean, these are 3 pretty good gens. Noble Horse, Noble Blood Cav, and Bactrian Royal Cavalry are pretty good. Now, the big thing they need to be careful of is making sure that there are not any enemies going through this gate before the generals go through this gate. Would not be the first time that somebody didn't check that, including myself, and they ended up losing a gen because they walked through the oil. Because some broken unit was running through the gate the same time they put their general through it. I've done it, and man, oh man, I remember being pissed. I was not very happy about it. Are these... Okay, never mind. I thought that was a Balearic slinger that was able to get that like arcing shot. So Balerics, like slingers, can't really get shots like this. So I was gonna be like, what the hell? So still got the Riders of the Hunt. Still have some stuff from Swaby back here. But it looks like over this way there's still a pretty sizable amount of defenders here. And I believe that Swaby was able to get his general out of this corner without losing it, so that's good for the defenders. Now it looks like Kolkus is just waiting to advance. Factory of Syrian archers could still have some ammo. Yep, they still got their bows out. And they still got their bows out. Now, what about the last one over here, the Persian lights? Yes, so Bactria still has a pretty decent amount of ammunition. Should allow them to kind of help with any of the archers that are left on this hill. And it looks like Kolka still has a pretty decent amount as well. Now, this one might be out of ammo. Yep, 135 kills. But the slingers look like they are getting some decent kills over here on the Cartley Axemen. They did go shield wall, which would assist with that a little bit. And here comes the push from the attackers. But if they're going to push this way, Kolkus is probably... Yep, and now that the defenders are falling back to the hill, Kolkus will be able to advance. Honestly, probably the reason why was because the cavalry generals would be able to get around into their backs if they didn't. So they are just shoring up their defenses and calling it to this smaller choke point. Bactria's archers getting some shots in on maybe the Cretans? Or, no, looks like the tribal slingers from Masacely, which is probably not a bad shot. Especially if you can't get to something better like the Cretan archers or anything like that. The tribal slingers are probably the best place to go there. And all the gens you can see coming over this way. Maybe trying to see if they can catch anything around. That could be what they're doing. But to be honest with you, I don't think there's anything over there. What they'll probably do is come capture... Well, maybe not. I was going to say they'll probably come over and capture this gate just to lock it. Just in case they're sitting something sitting outside the back or anything like that. And actually, Galatia going straight in, but his Galatian sword's really, really getting pelted down by javelins and Cimbri bowwomen. 58 kills, not too bad. Cimbri bowwomen 111, and Galatia is desperately trying to get out of there. But I don't think he's gonna make it, man. He probably wishes he stayed in that combat because he would have at least got kills while he died. Ugh. Painful, painful, painful. I mean, there's not much Galatia could do about it. He doesn't really have much left. He's got a depleted Galatian legionary and some archers that I'm pretty positive are out of ammunition. But he's already engaged a couple of his units here. He's got his healthiest Galatian legionary already in, and that is about to engage the depleted Swordmaster unit. And here comes a Thorax sword from Bactria. And then on the other side of the hill, you have the axe units from Kolkus going in. It's like majority of what he's got left are the Cartley Axemen. Bounce power, like I said, though, is still pretty much dead even. I think the archers for Kolkus and Bactria are actually shooting into the back of the front line, which is probably not a bad shot here. If you can get in the shoot in the back of these Desert Legionaries, it might break them a little faster, allowing you to get through and onto this hill. The further you can get on the hill, the better. Obviously, it's kind of a dumb thing to say. Bactrian Royal Guard waiting to go in. Cool unit. Thorax swords look like they're gonna go though.
What do we say?
And here comes the Bactrian Royal Guard. Well, maybe not. Look at the Galatian Legionnaires here, 253 kills. Not 100% sure why the Persian Lights are shooting. They're kind of shooting in the back of their own Thorax swords. Bloodsworn would be a good target for them. 177 on Carly's. 76 on that one. Eastern Archers, 228. All of a sudden, these guys have a ton of kills on their archers now. I'm thinking these guys will probably still have ammo since they're still over here. Yep. We actually still have a Cartley Axeman over here. I don't know what they're doing, but they're still there. Riders of the Hunt, kind of stuck in a bad spot. They can't really, they can't really go anywhere. All of their mobility is locked into this tiny little, choke, area on this hill. But I mean, it looks like Colchis is doing some work on this side. Now on the other side, I think the attackers are running a little low on units. Galatia's general getting shot there. Persian light archers shooting the Cretan archers. 226 kills on the Cretans. Look at the Bactrian Royal Guard just racking up kills here. 172. I mean, it's Cimbri bowwomen, but still. And here's that other Cartley Axeman moving forward, getting ready. Look at this, we got a grease from Colchis getting around. It looks like Massace's general is going to charge it to slow it down. Nice charge there from Armored Numidian Riders. I almost wonder that I think Carthage had the same idea, but just pulled out because the Galatian general had already done it.
Double time.
Got the Bactrian general. Looked like I think it took a charge at the. Or wait, no, what? Yeah, the Bactrian general, right? The Bactrian Royal Guard broken. 72 men, really? Did they? No, like, why? Tell me, it's 71 morale they broke? 69 men left in it? That's interesting. I don't think Bactria's general's dead either. I hope he gets that back, because that's kind of dumb. A unit like that should definitely last longer than 72 men. I think the defenders have a big issue over here, though. And I definitely think that I think the bounce power is moving in favor of the attackers. It's still relatively even and by no means over, but I believe it is shifting. A lot of cycle charging here from the generals of the attackers. 51 kills, 110 kills. Where is Colchis Gen? He's all the way over here. But it sure looks like Colchis has quite a bit left here. Multiple Cartley Axemen. Massace is looking really, really weak at the moment. Getting another cycle charge here. I don't know why they don't go around into like the tribal slingers, or they could possibly get into something like the hex bearers. Right of the Hun charged out of the point and are getting surrounded by the Galatian general and the Bactrian general. 122 kills and 71 kills. Oh, hey, look, the Thorax sword came back. Oh, hey, look, the Bactrian rear guard that should not have broken came back. I just don't agree with that. And after the Cav is done, they have a couple opportunities in here. Well, they should probably engage the Swaby gen, possibly, if they can. And then Colchis, when they finish this, they're going to be able to get around. I hate to say it, but I definitely think this is sliding in the attacker's favor by quite a bit. Bounce power has definitely shifted substantially. Hartley Axeman, 161 kills. The Tribal Slingers are not going to make it very long, so they'll be able to charge in after that. All the archers for the attackers charging in now. Oh, and here comes the charge from the Masacely General. He's going to get a lot of kills on those archers before he goes down. But you can see army losses are triggering. It's down to basically just the Masacely General, I think, at this point. I'm probably going to go ahead and fast forward because I think that is a GG for the attackers here. Pulling it off. All right, let's go look at some kills. All right, so for the attackers, Glacia, Titirond, 2,940 kills. His infantry doing very, very well. 307, 277, 280, 278. His general doing very well at 227. His archers doing really well. Then we have WF 58507 is Colchis with 2503. Honestly, his infantry did pretty solid. Look at the Carlys, 279 and 263. Yeah, Paz as Bactria with 2449. His Thorax doing pretty solid. His archers doing very, very well. And then the Bactrian rear guard 204. For the defenders, we have got Gorm Mjolnir as Carthage with 2152. Archers doing extremely well, and some of his infantry doing pretty well, and some, unfortunately, not as good. We've got Axe Minister with 2,042 kills. His Swordmasters really, really carrying his army here. His Bloodsworn did okay, but I think they really had an issue with the archers. Billy here with 2164 as Masacely. As per typical, his Legionaries doing very well. His Cav even doing pretty solid. But then the Numidian Light Infantry, solid enough, I would say. All right, guys, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. For all of you guys that are new, hopefully we have a bunch of new people just like we had in the last video that I did. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you guys back. Thanks, guys, so much. We'll see you next time.